come into Brico just to get a few bits. We've broken one of the wheelbarrows, so we'll pick up a new one. It will help with all the concreting. Right. Because these are better. 79, I think. Right, we'll get one of these. Oh, that's lovely. That's a lovely barrow. Slots in the fingers nicely. Huh? Cut the grass. Nice, isn't it? Right, you take that one. Right, let's have a look how this has come out. This is the little bit we did yesterday. That's good. Happy with that. Then that will dry off. It takes weeks and weeks, doesn't it? Well, years for concrete to fully dry, but that's a good start. The next bit, we're going to dig that out, but I'm going to wait a little bit. The next thing we need to do really is dig out all of this and barrow it an undisclosed location. fill this with as many rocks as we can, as much granite, so we use less concrete, because the concrete wants to bind it all together and obviously be the sort of fabric of it, but we've got a load of very hard stone ready to go in, so actually we can save a little bit on concrete by filling a lot of that space, as long as we vibrate the wood, the forms, so that the concrete seeps into all the cracks. It will be fine, and we can do that very easily. So can you see, now all this concrete will go in there. It's backed by plastic, so any water behind the plastic is going to go underneath. It shouldn't rise up too much because there's going to be a French drain that I'll install once the concrete's in. So any water that gets under this, and of course there'll be a plastic sheet going all the way across, but that will join to this one, will be under the plastic so it doesn't get into the concrete, and it's got a way of draining away. So now we're going to backfill all of that with concrete and try not to get the job. We want it a fairly sloppy mix so it can get down into all the cracks. If it's too thick, it won't find all the holes. Right, awesome. A bucket of water in the mixer, please. Oh.
That's a really good consistency.
Right, time to remove the forms and see what we're left with. Right, so the next morning, concrete's had a chance to set overnight. So let's take the forms off and see how we got on. There we go, pleased with that. So I have an idea with this whole section. It's going to be a sort of a ledge, but what I'm also thinking, maybe not straight away, but in future, it can double up as a masonry heater. If I get some refractory bricks and build a sort of fireplace down one end, not too close to the TV obviously, and then effectively I've got a tunnel here that I can fill with a pipe, backfill it, and have granite around it. That whole lot will heat up and effectively act as a radiator, like a big long radiator, and the granite stays warm for a long time, and that will then release the heat long after the fire's gone down. I've got space here for the flue to go up out of the roof, so I think in future that's something I'll probably do, maybe not straight away because that's a job for another time, but that's probably what I'll end up doing. It's an easy way of heating the house for a decent amount of time with not a huge amount of wood. Ta-da! So all of this will be tidied up anyway with granite, cleaned up. It's a good start. Now this wall and that wall shouldn't touch concrete, fall down. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already to keep up to date with our videos. Thanks for your support and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.